Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly tarot and astrology reading with me, Stella Wilde. This is for the week of February 13th through the 19th. So this is a super intense week, astrologically speaking. So we're going to give an overview first, and then we'll dive into each sign's tarot reading. So make sure you watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And remember, these are general readings. Apply them to your specific situation and always use the energies. Don't let them use you. The full moon is at 27 degrees Leo on Wednesday, the 16th. It is at 11:56 a.m. Eastern time here in the United States. What's interesting about this is that there's a lot of astrological activity in the sky. We have Venus and Mars conjunct in Capricorn at 16 degrees, which is a very lovely influence. It really speaks to marrying your desire with your action. And since it's in earthy Capricorn, you could really be substantially committing to something very exciting in love or money directions, or both. The interesting thing, and it's trining Uranus in Taurus, which is good. So there could be a little surprise twist to some sort of relationship situation, some sort of maybe money situation. The full moon is in Leo, as I said. It is squaring the north and the south node. So what this suggests, the south node's in Scorpio, north node is in Taurus at 27 degrees. So what's interesting about this energy is that whatever's coming to light at this full moon is going to pry you loose, give you a little kick in the bum to pry you loose from some sort of situation of fairly long standing. There is a new door that wants to open for you, but first, that's the north node. But first, there is something that needs to be squared away. The moon squaring Scorpio. So the South Node in Scorpio. So South Node in Scorpio is about letting go. It's about release. It's about transformation on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, psychological, sexual. I mean, all of that stuff. Okay. So there is something to reconcile emotionally, to let go of for some of you, maybe to come to terms with, so that you can move toward this new direction that the North Node is calling you to move toward, and also that the Venus and Mars conjunction is calling you to move toward as well. You know, Capricorn is the sign of the architect, the builder, structure. So there is some new structure that, the universe is calling you to start committing to, start building. But first, something else has to be rectified, shifted, let go of, transformed, so that you can feel free. Because remember, Uranus is supporting the Venus-Mars situation, so that you can feel free and liberated to move on this new path. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It's intense energy this week. I mean, I always say what you focus on expands. So focus on the positive, focus on what you want to create, and focus on what you know in your heart, because let's not forget, Leo rules the heart. When you know in your heart really is ready to be released. All right. And sometimes we hear the word release and we think it's negative. It doesn't mean that. Release can also be it's time to let something go out into the world. Like maybe you've been working on a personal project and it's time to give it birth, give it life. I mean, that's possible. All right. So always apply the energies to your life. I say this all the time. But it's go gentle with yourself this week. The energies are intense, but I do feel overall this can be a very favorable window of opportunity, provided you do not resist making some sort of change, like I was saying before. Because Leo and Scorpio and Taurus are fixed sign energies. So those fixed sign energies are not always amenable to making changes. So don't dig in your heels. Don't be emotionally stubborn. See how you can flow with the energies and, step into this new destiny that is calling you. All right. So let's get into your tarot reading and see what the energies have to say for that as well. All right, Aries, my love. So let's see what's going on for you. So big full moon in your house of creativity, risk-taking, children, personal projects, the entrepreneur. We also have the Venus-Mars conjunction happening in your 10th house of career, and the North Node is in your 2nd house of money and values. So let's see what we got. We got going on for you. Something's coming to fruition so that you can start something else. That's what I feel. Or your heart may be really pulled and called to a very exciting new beginning for your career, especially. But the 10th house is also a change of status. So this can be something like, you're ready to get married, you're ready to get divorced, you're ready to commit to a relationship, you're ready to retire. There's all these possibilities. Change in status is also 10th house. All right, let's see what we have. There you are. There you are, my darlings, and the world. Yeah, wow. Something's coming full circle. Wow. And the 6 of Cups here. Justice. And the 10 of Swords. Okay. So something's coming full circle here. You are ready to move along. You're ready to release yourself from some sort of obligation, 10 of Swords, that has not been serving you for a while. It could also be some sort of legal obligation over here with the Justice. So yes, it could be some sort of, business contract or something like that. Any sort of personal commitment with the Justice here. Could also be with a Libra. All right, so that is possible. But we have we have this image here of the person kind of being carried off. So it's like you may see really who is on your side this week, who really has your back, who's standing ready to assist you to wrap up some sort of situation. Now, with your energy coming out here first, like you are definitely in the decision-making position here. Like you have said, this is my line in the sand. I'm not going forward anymore with this particular situation. So this is very much under control. Don't worry about this 10 of Swords. This just suggests to me that it is the end of a line with probably, like I said, some sort of contractual obligation, legal, mortgage, financial, etc. All right. So that's coming to the end of the line. You know this, you're ready for it. We also have this World card here. I do feel like you're going out on a high note, whatever this is. With the World card here, you are wrapping up a chapter triumphantly. And what I love about the Heart card here is this beautiful 6 of Cups. The 2 kids are, running off to go have some fun. They have, struck a deal, so to speak, in the regular tarot, he's giving her the flowers and she's accepted the flowers and she's like, all right, let's go have some fun. So the kids are running off to playtime. So there is this feeling in your heart of being free, of being freed from whatever this is over here. And again, there is likely somebody in your world who you're going to see very clearly has good intentions toward you, has your back. You may also see this week, I just got to tell you, who does not have your back. Aries, you may see that. You may see exactly, who you can count on and who you cannot with this Justice card. Who really does right by you, so to speak, and who really would prefer that all the swords stayed in your back. You're going to see that, I think, this week. But the emphasis here, because this is the card in the heart, is joy, celebration, happiness, and a very happy ending. There's something, and it can be a triumph also with this World, like because this is the entrepreneur card as well, the Emperor, you could be launching something into the world and be very happy with its results. So maybe some sort of creative project or, something else that you're doing, wrapping something up that you're really proud of yourself for getting accomplished, and then it's playtime. So allow yourself also a little playtime this week as well, especially, if you've been working very hard, which I'm sure you have been, to shift this particular situation. Allow yourself a little a little downtime with somebody who really you just do feel very comfortable with and that you know has your back. So interesting energies here. Yeah, very, very interesting. So let's see if I'm getting anything else. This is going to be a big week. I mean, you have 3 major arcana showing up here. So, you know, this is definitely one of those weeks of a major turning point for you. And it has to do with absolutely wrapping up a situation. So, you know, this is very, very good for you. And the thing that I love about this, as I said before, with the 6 of Cups in your heart is feeling light and free and joyful. And it's kind of like you're feeling a little like a kid again. Like, what's my next thing now that I'm going to go do? Because, you know, Aries, we don't sit still, right? It's like we always got something going on. So you're going to be happy to wrap up also whatever this is so you can go on to your next thing. Because a happy Aries is an Aries who is running around. You see the kids here running around, doing stuff. So you're going to be excited to be able to do something new now that this situation is going to be coming to a conclusion. So, and the other thing too is some of you may have been a little out of whack and out of balance because you have been maybe pushing, here's your Aries, you know, pushing so hard to wrap something up that, you know, you're going to be glad to get yourself kind of back to center this week as well once this situation comes to a culmination. So very nice energies, Aries. All right, Taurus, let's see what we have going on for you. Big full moon in your 4th house of home, family, roots. What nourishes you and what feeds you. South Node is now in your 7th house, so there may be changes in your relationships. We have over the next year and a half. We have the Venus-Mars conjunction in your 9th house, the big picture perspective of your life. And we also have Uranus in your sign, and we have the North Node in your sign. All right, so we have the 4 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Very nice. The World, the 5 of Swords, and the Hangman. Okay, so Taurus, we have some very positive energy here. You could be dealing with a Pisces this week, but also I would say that this energy may start, I mean, yes, it may culminate at this full moon, but we also move into Pisces season. I think it's on the 18th, I want to say. Let me check yes, on the 18th, which is Friday. I'm just checking my calendar. So this energy may play out more toward the end of the week for you. We have the home card here with the 4 of Wands, joy and celebration. We have some sort of surprising twist. We have your world, so the world of your home. There's some sort of surprising twist. I do feel like there could be some sort of apology that's headed your way with the 5 of Swords and this Hangman here. So somebody who, you know, maybe has been cranky with you. I don't think it's you. I think it's somebody else. They may finally offer you some sort of apology. And it's going to surprise you. It's going to really, really surprise you. So that's possible for some of you. So I feel like there's something culminating in the home that's very healing, that helps you, that really helps you like shift some sort of situation where there may have been a lot of anxiety also with the 5 of Swords here. So I do feel like some sort of good news is coming with this Page of Cups and this World card. Now, there could also be some sort of new relationship coming in, because the 4 of Wands is not just a home card, it's also about usually some sort of relationship connections. And the Page of Cups is a very nice romantic card. So especially if you've been out in the dating world with this World card here, and particularly if you've been involved with a Leo, a Taurus, well, you are a Taurus, but maybe another Taurus, but a Leo or an Aquarius or a Scorpio, if you've been involved with one of them, you may finally see, if you've been like stressing, are they interested or not? You may finally see that, yes, indeed, they are interested. Maybe you've been waiting for news to hear. You're going to hear. I feel like there can be a very positive affirmation of love, gratitude, etc. Like I said, for some of you, maybe an apology headed your way, Taurus. So I feel like this is going to be a positive week for you. I feel like there's something very healing that can occur in your home environment. Some good news headed your way in that regard. And you may have been waiting around for it for a while too. That's possible. And it finally comes in at this big full moon. So you may have been even waiting for that news for almost an entire year. That's possible also. So very nice energies here. One thing, I'm getting a little buzz in my ear with this Five of Swords, because you can see like how he is standing here. Don't say I told you so. Okay. Because it is possible with this Pisces energy over here. I feel like somebody also, if they give you an apology, it could be almost like humble pie. So they're eating crow. It's a humble pie situation. Don't be like, I told you. Okay. Like that won't help. All right. So just like receive it graciously. All right. But I think it's going to be positive overall for you. All right, Gemini, let's see what we have going on for you this week. So big full moon in your house of communication, your house of siblings, your house of kind of daily habits, routines. We also have the South Node transiting in your 6th house of work. And we, of course, have the Venus and Mars conjunction in your 8th house of sex, death, transformation, other people's money, etc. So there could be a very intense conversation around resources, particularly maybe in regards to work, but doesn't have to be. But I'm feeling like there's going to be maybe a heavy conversation in your future this week. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see what we got. Whoop. Wow, this flipped right out. Maybe with a Sagittarius, because this flipped out. All right, let's see. Temperance. Let's keep going. All right. All right, so we have a 10 of Wands, and wow, we have the Death card. Yeah, this is Scorpio, right? So there's going to be some very intense conversation, but it's going to be fine. We have the Ace of Cups here. It's going to be a heart-to-heart. I think you're going to have a deep heart-to-heart conversation with somebody. It could be one of those deep life-changing, because we have the Temperance card here, life-changing conversations. Yeah, 4 of Cups upside down, and wow, and the Uranus in Taurus and North Node in Taurus, which is in your 12th house of the subconscious, the Hierophant showing up here. Okay, wow, this is a very intense energy. Okay, so what I feel is going on here, Gemini, is something's not quite coming together yet. There's something you do want to wrap up, and you can see like all the sticks have kind of fallen. You can't continue with the way something has been going in your life. And it could be, you're really desirous of very positive transformation. Could be spiritual, could be with your work, could be whatever the 8th house energy you are dealing with, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, etc. transformation. So you're wanting a very positive change. But it's been hard to manifest that change in whatever area is going on in your life for you. This conversation that you have is going to help you find the key to make that change. You're going to be able to see exactly what you need to do. All right. Because right after this, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is the heart to heart. Look at this gorgeousness here. Heart to heart, which is going to help you identify what you do not want. 4 of Cups upside down. So that you can know exactly what you do want, the Hierophant, what you absolutely want to commit to. So, I don't necessarily feel this is about a personal relationship. I mean, it might be. I feel it's more just about something that you are trying to change in your life, in whatever area that is for you. But some of you as well, depending on your situation, you could be having a heart-to-heart with somebody that you've just maybe started to see, or is fairly new, the relationship. And it's going to show you if that, again, it could go either way. It's going to show you that that person's not for you, or that person is for you. So I think if you're dealing with a love situation, Again, the Temperance, it's kind of the cups are, still in the process of transforming the energy. You're going to know exactly in your heart if this is right for you or not. So I think that, and that's good. Knowledge is power. We need that. But for others of you, it has more to do with perhaps some sort of significant life change. I'm feeling work-wise because of the wands that are showing up here. All right, so very interesting. Lots of major arcanas popping in this reading for this week, Gemini. So really embrace the energy of having that heart-to-heart. And whatever your heart, I mean, the full moon's in Leo, which it rules the heart. Whatever is really in your heart, what you're feeling, the message, the bird here, the message that comes in, the message that you express as well. Like really, really embrace what your heart is telling you this week. All right, don't run away from it. Really embrace it, Gemini, because it's going to give you vital information to help you finally shift and make that change for yourself. All right, Cancer, let's see what we have going on for you. Very intense energies, big full moon in your second house of money. South node is now in your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, risk-taking, entrepreneurialism, and you have the Venus-Mars conjunction in your seventh house of relationships. Uranus is in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, networks, and friendships, as is the North Node. So let's see. What do we have? All right, we got some justice going on. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. The Emperor. And Two of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Jupiter and Pisces coming to the rescue. All right. All right, so here's our full moon energy as well. Interesting that we have the Justice with the scales. We have the two people, and then we have these two people over here as well in this Two of Swords. So what I feel is going on, and the full moon is in your second house. I feel like this full moon is going to show you how you do not need to doubt anymore. All right, that's the Two of Swords. That if you stand strong in your power, the Emperor, and you keep the balance between, well, that's not so much between, but if you keep your equilibrium between assertion and flow, the wheel, because Jupiter's in Pisces, you're going to manifest something gorgeous. So I feel like there could be some sort of interesting commitment, news of a financial commitment, since the full moon's in your second house of the money, with the Justice, contracts, etc., lawyers, negotiations. We have this Knight of Wands, which is the Leo energy. And then we have this Emperor sitting in the middle. Now, the Aries energy is your 10th house of career, but it's also a change of status. So, and we have Lady Luck, Jupiter in Pisces, the wheel, something shifting, changing in your life. There is a little bit of doubt. You're wondering, is this going to be the right thing for me moving forward? Trust your instincts right here, and trust the information that's coming to light at this full moon. Trust your instincts if this is the right commitment for you with the Justice card. Make sure that you're not blindfolding yourself to information that may be coming in at the full moon. And also really look at the synchronicities, because this is the Jupiter and Pisces. Look at the synchronicities, the way the situation rolls out. Like really look at it straight in the eye of how it's manifesting. What I'm feeling is if something happens fast this week, it's good. If something drags and makes you doubt, that's not the direction to be going in. So, and I think depending on your personal situation, it could go either way. In any case, you're going to get the information so you can make the decision. All right. So like I said, if it manifests very rapidly, if the information, the contract, the offer comes fast, I think it's good. If it's making you doubt and drag your feet, no good. There's something here about really this instinctual knowing. And the universe is going to bring it either way for you, whatever your situation is. So, you'll be able to once and for all, I think, see the light, full moon, with some sort of financial situation, probably linked to your business, your creativity in some way as well. Is possibly related to a relationship, whether you're going to start a new relationship, whether business or personal, because of the Venus and Mars conjunction in that 7th house. So it could even be related to that. Do you want to hire that realtor? Do you want to go into business with that person? That type of thing. So you're going to see this very, very clearly. As I said, fast is good this week. Dragging your butt is no good. So whatever the energy is, not you literally dragging your butt, but if you're feeling like, I don't know. So the universe will show you very clearly which commitment is the right one for you. Wow, Leo, you of course are the star of the show this week with a full moon in your sign. We have the Venus-Mars conjunction in your 6th house of work and well-being. We have the South Node now in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you. And of course, we have Uranus and the North Node in your career zone. So, very interesting. All right, let's see what we got going on. Leos, what is coming to light for you this week? Something very personal because the full moon's in your sign. Well, I like the 9 of Cups showing up. And I like the Queen of Pentacles. Oh boy, this is good. This is 5 of Cups. It was so promising. What happened? Oh, Ace of Swords. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. All right. Okay. I think I said this in some other reading I did recently. I don't think I published that reading yet. It's coming. I have a bunch of exciting Celtic Cross readings coming for each sign. This is what I feel. There is a gorgeous manifestation heading your way this week. But you're wondering, why do we have the 5 of Cups here? We have the 5 of Cups because sometimes you can't always get what you want, as a fellow Leo used to say, but you find sometimes you get exactly what you need. And that's what you're getting this week. You are getting what you need. It's going to manifest in a different way than you think, but it's going to be good. But I think what we have here with this 5 of Cups is we have like this a little, because it's a little like melancholy and disappointment. It's like, well, how come it couldn't have been with that person? Or how come it couldn't have been that house I got? Or how come it couldn't have been this project that was successful? The universe knows best. The universe is bringing you something gorgeous. You got this 9 of Cups, a wish fulfilled, a feast of plenty. And the Queen of Pentacles here, look at her holding that pentacle, so proud of herself. So something is coming to fruition in a glorious way, but yeah, you're still over here like, crying over spilled Hawaiian punch. Okay, so, all right. And again, it's a general reading, so, apply it to your life. But, I think you're going to get it over it fairly fast, because then we have this Ace of Swords and then we have this Knight of Cups. So I think you're going to give yourself a little bit of a talking to with the Ace of Swords. You're going to be like, you know what? I got to change my mindset. Why am I still focused on the past and the past shenanigans when the present moment is bringing me these beautiful things? I've got to just move on emotionally. So depending on what this is, just apply it to your life. But I would encourage you to, as I say, what we focus on expands. Focus on the beautiful wish manifesting for you, and realize that also this is really drawing a line in the sand for you to finally, with the Ace of Swords, cut something loose and let it go so you can move on to greater happiness. whatever that may be for you. So it's the universe has brought you something I think you're going to see eventually in Pisces season as we move into Pisces season, which we do at the end of this week. But as we get deeper into Pisces season with the Knight of Cups here, you're going to have that mental and emotional shift. And you're going to realize, yeah, you know what? This is better than what I was still fixated on over here. So I do got to kind of, get a grip on myself. So this is fantastic. I mean, this is great. Look at this gorgeousness. So get ready. And it may be that it happens right after the full moon because we have the Virgo energy showing up here. So it may be happening Wednesday, Thursday-ish for you as well. This whatever this is. So, but I think you're gonna, as I said, we get deeper into Pisces season. But even as we end the week in Pisces season, you're, I think, gonna really start to feel the energetic shift of positivity and getting out of that Five of Cups energy. All right, Virgos, let's see what we have going on for you. You have the full moon happening in your 12th house of things hidden behind the scenes, the unconscious, the subconscious. You have Venus and Mars conjunct in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, creative projects, entrepreneurialism, risk-taking, and we have Uranus in the North Node in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. All right, let's see what we have going on at this full moon for you, Virgo. All right, here's our full moon in Leo. There it is, King of Wands. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Six of Swords. Wow. Six of Wands. And the Chariot. Wow. Wow. This is very, very exciting. Okay. So what I feel is going on is this supreme alignment. At this full moon, you're going to be getting the energy, the King of Wands, the inspiration, the passion, the drive, literally physically, right? Because it's the wands, which is our body. So this is being fired up, excited. Queen of Cups, which is emotionally tuned in. And what I love about this is that you are reaching the other side of a journey that you have been on, maybe for the last 6 weeks to 6 months, of getting past some sort of difficult situation in your life. All right. So remember, Six of Swords are crossing troubled waters, leaving troubles behind. And in fact, here they are disembarking and making it to the other side. You are making it to the other side this week. And you're doing it with a big victory. Look at this. You got a double victory here, Virgo. So, good news is likely to be coming at this full moon of, yes, you made it. You made it. You made it this week. In however that applies to you, you have made it. And the fact that you have made it, you made it to your destination, mentally, emotionally, physically, even for some of you, that's going to help you. You are reaching a milestone. You're reaching a turning point so that it's going to open up a whole new path for you with the Chariot here. So, and notice how he has his hand over his heart. So it's like, wow, I did this. It happened. I kept the faith. And of course, Leo, the full moon in Leo, rules our heart space. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of beautiful triumph that is going to make your heart very, very happy. And I also feel like this is probably going to be playing out at that, probably around Wednesday to Friday, because Friday, the sun moves into Pisces with the Queen of Cups here. So this is a big, big, amazing moment for you this week. I really feel that. You're going to be feeling proud of yourself. You're going to be feeling re-energized as well with this here. And you're ready, like you are so ready for the next chapter to unfold with these beautiful energies. So get ready. This is very, very exciting for you, Virgo. All right, Libras. So the full moon is happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. You have Venus and Mars conjunct in your 4th house of where you live, how you live, who you live with, and what nourishes you and what feeds you. And you have Uranus and the North Node happening in your 8th house of sex, death, transformation, physical, mental, emotional changes, all of that. South Node is in your 2nd house of money and values. So very interesting. Let's see what we have going on. Libras for your full moon in Leo. All right, so we have a 2 of Swords and we have a 3 of Cups. Lovely. And there's our full moon. There's your energy, King of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups as well. Okay. So this Pisces season represents a major turning point for you, Libra. All right. So this full moon is big for you since the full moon is showing up right in the middle, in the heart of the reading. And, you know, I think what's interesting is that we start out with the card of doubt, the 2 of Swords. So you were doubting if anything was ever going to shift, if the news was ever going to be good, if there was going to be joy and celebration in some area of your life, especially like probably with your finances, probably with a home or family situation as well, or something really you've just wanted to transform because of also the energy in your 8th house. So we have at this full moon, we have the 3 of Cups. We have joy and celebration. We have you here getting some news. Here's this big hawk coming on in. So I think you're going to get some very good news at this full moon. It could be by Friday because that's when the sun will go into Pisces. So I think also that Pisces season, I mean, just to, look a little further, I think Pisces season is going to be an important time for you as well, to kind of bring you back to center and bring you back to some emotional happiness and equilibrium in your life as well. So you kept the faith, even though it was really looking doubtful, even though you were getting maybe a little bummed out that the situation seemed intractable, that it wasn't changing. But at this full moon, you're going to see that indeed there is something positive happening in your world. Full moon 11th house. So some area of your life is experiencing a renaissance, is experiencing something that you can celebrate about. And here you are. I mean, this is beautiful. So I think you're going to be feeling very emotionally satisfied by the time we get to the end of this first week, but also first week of this week. But also because we have the moon and the Queen of Cups, and full moons can be very draining. I think it's going to be important for you to also take a little bit of a breather at the end of this week. I think this energy, while it is very good with the 3 of Cups here, still could be a little emotional. All right. And there could also be, because this rules Scorpio, your 2nd house of money, there could be some joyous and joyful new beginning or good news about your finances. That is possible with this Queen of Cups here. But I do feel something that's been held up, something that you were doubting was going to shift. It shifts. Here it is, right here for you. So very good news there, Libra. All right, Scorpio, let's check in with your reading for the week. You have the full moon happening in your 10th house of career. Venus and Mars conjunct in your 3rd house of communications, Uranus and the North Node in your 7th house of relationships, and of course the South Node in your sign. So whenever we have the South Node transiting our own sign, it can be about really shifting our identity. So it can be big letting goes, moving ons, all that kind of thing, shedding layers that are not going to serve you in your next destined path, shall we say. All right, so let's see what we have going on for you at this full moon. All right, here's our full moon in Leo, King of Wands. And we have an 8 of Wands, beautiful. The Knight of Cups, the Hermit, and the 7 of coins. All right. This is some sort of harvest, I feel. This is some sort of meeting and a harvest moment for you. This is I think you're going to be making a big decision about, am I staying or am I going? That's what I feel. Now, the 10th house is also the house of status. So it's not just about career. It is about, the status that you have in the world, because 10th house is the highest, point in our chart. So are you retired? Are you single? Are you married? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you work from home? It's like identities that are wrapped up with our status in some way. So this can also be, I feel like, there is an important evaluative decision you're going to be making. The thing is to check in with your higher self, check in with your emotions. There could be an important meeting with this Knight of Cups. And, what is going to be right for you? Is this the harvest point for you? Have you grown all you can at that particular place or in that particular connection or relationship? Only you can answer that question. It's a general reading. But there is something about really looking at, is this energy aligned with where you see yourself going? This 8 of Wands. Is there something better to shoot for? You see, he's got the arrow in his hand. So, and it may have something to do with really digging in with the Hermit here, digging in spiritually, in terms of, finding the answer. It may not be necessarily a financial answer. I mean, it could be, but I don't think so. When we have the South Node transiting our sign, it really is about facing yourself spiritually and making those changes that you need to make, that the universe is bringing to you anyway, and not really struggling against them, because that just can bring more suffering. So this 7 of coins here is like, okay, you're walking away with this coin. Are you walking back to where you were? What are you walking toward? Are you going to stay there and see what else you can get out of the situation? What are you going to do with that coin you're taking? Are you going to plant it somewhere new? Are you going to reinvest in the situation? So I feel like this is all kind of, coming to a head for you. And there's no right or wrong here. It's up to you how you decide that you want this energy to play out. But there is, I think, something you're coming to an important evaluative juncture in terms of, for most of you, your career, and what next goal or target do you want to hit? And can you do it probably at the place where you're at currently? Or is there some place better for you? So all things to think about here, Scorpio. All right, Saggies, you have the full moon in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. Writing, teaching, publishing, academia, travel, international business. You have Venus and Mars conjunct in your 2nd house of money. That's very exciting. And you have Uranus and the North Node in your house of work and well-being. All right, so let's see what we need to know for you. And you have the South Node transiting through your house of the subconscious. So letting go of old habitual patterns of thinking and being. All right, let's see what we have going on for you, Saggies. Page of Cups, all right. And the Star, I love it. The Knight of Cups, he's been coming up quite a bit today. 9 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Swords. Okay, that's okay, because we have the Star card here, so it's all right. We have a healing going on here for you. We have a beautiful healing with this Page of Cups and this gorgeous Star card and this Knight of Cups. We have emotional refreshment. We have we have perhaps an important healing conversation that you might be having this week, because Aquarius is your 3rd house of communications. I feel this is a lot of your own self-nurturing that's going on here with this Page of Cups and this Knight of Cups. And I say that also because of the Virgo energy, which is your 10th house of career showing up here. You're tending your own garden. You see here, you're tending your own garden when it comes to what you need emotionally, what you need for your well-being. You're tending your own garden when it comes to your finances, like really focusing in on what you want to be manifesting. So we have very beautiful energies here. There is, I feel like, some sort of emotional healing that is also going to lead to greater finances for you when we look at the bigger picture of your life. So I think you're going to get an affirmation that you are really heading in the right direction. All right, that the new North Star of destiny that you're heading toward with your healing, with where you're going in your life, just your general life direction. You're going to get some beautiful, affirmative, emotional energy from those around you, from the universe, that you're doing the right thing. You're taking care of yourself here with this 9 of Coins. And whatever, notice in this deck, the swords have fallen from the heart. So there is a healing. You're going to see how much, I think, you've healed from whatever situation has been troubling you, whether financial or some sort of emotional thing. You're going to see how far you have come, Sagittarius, at this full moon. And I think it's going to be very affirming to your soul. And it's going to give you a lot of emotional impetus and get up and go to continue to do what you're doing, which is taking care of you here in very productive and satisfying ways. So fabulous energy here for you. And there could be, there really could be a very surprising offer of healing help in some way as well. Somebody who doesn't want anything from you. They just want to help you get to where you want to go and what you need for yourself. So there could be just a very genuine, unconditional love, like type energy. Sorry, my computer's beeping. Headed your way this week as well. So, somebody who really wants to just nurture you and give you some positive energy. So I think that is also, but also you've been giving that to yourself, and you're going to see how much that has impacted you for the better. But we know that how we treat ourselves and how we feel is often also mirrored back to us by the universe, by the world. So because you've been in this process of healing and taking care of yourself better and all that, you're going to see that energy reflected back to you this week in a very, very positive way. So I love this for you, Sag. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we have going on for you at this full moon in your 8th house of sex, death, taxes, other people's money, the occult, physical, mental, emotional transformation. This is a whopper of a full moon. We have the South Node transiting your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, North Node and Uranus affecting your 5th house of creativity, risk-taking, and romance. And of course, the Venus and Mars conjunction in your sign. So something very interesting should be happening for you this week. Let's see what we have going on. All right, there's your pentacle, baby. You got a pentacle coming on in. All right, 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay. All right. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. So you seem to be manifesting some sort of beautiful new opportunity, whether in love and or money, could be both. Again, Venus and Mars conjunct in your sign. It could be a passion project, especially North Node in your 5th house. It could be, hello, Miss Ariel. It could be that you decide to move forward on a brand new path with the Chariot here, victory, success, moving on, moving forward, some major transformation that you have been undergoing, perhaps, yes, with your finances or even with some sort of security needs as well, or maybe even something to do with moving on from a situation that's been a little difficult to shift. It seems like you are triumphing with that this week. You're getting good news with the Ace of Cups, but it's news that's going to come with a little bit of energy around it that is bittersweet, in the sense that, I mean, look at this gorgeous energy here, right? All of these gorgeous, whoops, but sandwiched kind of in between is this Five of Cups and this Page of Wands. So you may still be a little in a grieving mode with the Five of Cups, a little bit in, gosh, I wish this other thing could have worked out for me. And a little reluctant to walk away from something, to embrace this new beginning. But you're going to do it because it's gorgeous energy here. Okay. But I do feel like there is something that you're going to be moving forward with, because you see that horse is getting ready to move here. He's chomping at the bit. So you're chomping at the bit to go after some sort of gorgeous new opportunity. But even so, and with this news coming in, you're going to see what this is very clearly. Full moons bring things to light. So you're going to see what and where your heart is going to lead you next. Venus and Mars conjunct. What actions you're going to take to move forward. But we still have this over here. I really didn't want to have to move forward. I really didn't. I really wish this other thing could have worked out. But I got to start taking the first steps forward to my new journey, my new destination, my new commitment. Because you can see he's walking away from somebody over here. So depending on your personal situation, this could be, we have the 5 here. So this could be something to do with your romantic life. That is possible. That you may be moving away from one situation because something better is coming in, and you're going to see that. And also, I read Pentacles as self-esteem. So it's like there could have been something that was coming in that was close, but just not quite right because of something that was not honoring your values and honoring your self-esteem. So that's possible also. But I mean, you're feeling very empowered. You're excited. You're ready to go. But there may be a little tinge, just a little tinge going on here with this 5 of Cups. But it's not something that we should be focusing on and obsessing about. No, we're excited about this beautiful Ace of Cups here in the middle of this reading because Leo is the sign of the heart. So we have this gorgeous, beautiful news coming in here with this Ace of Cups. And it will open up something new for you. But you do have to finally move along this Page of Wands. And because it's the page, this may be something that really didn't get started or wasn't around for that long anyway, especially if it's a personal relationship. It could have been something in the last 5 weeks even that you thought was going to go somewhere, but it didn't, or it's not going to, but something better is coming in and you're going to see that. So especially if you're in the online dating world or the dating world in general, it could be, something like that. And especially because we have the Cancer energy here, which is your 7th house of relationships. So, one door closes, another opens. So especially in relationships, something much better is coming for you. But I'm just feeling like you are manifesting some good news this week that's going to help you move in a positive direction and leave behind something once and for all that was very emotionally disappointing and just didn't pan out. Could have been a little bit of a flash in the pan. It looked like something. And it may have even started back when Venus was retrograde. And it's important not to start major things when Venus is retrograde, especially relationships. It's because when Venus goes direct, as she did on January 29th, it's like, the info comes out and you see the real situation. So that may have been happening for some of you, especially if we're talking about the last 5 weeks or so. But you got an opportunity in your hand here, Capricorn. Look at that. Here it is. And here it is. So you're finally moving along with something very exciting. And because Mars, as I said in my astrology intro, rules desire and our energy and going after what we want, and because Mars is exalted in your sign and Venus is love and or money situations, you really could, and it's conjunct in your sign, you could make this gorgeous new beginning happen in exactly the way you want it to happen. All right, so you are, I feel like, a little bit in the driver's seat here in both of these cards with this fresh, inspired energy. So I'm very excited to hear how this may manifest for you, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on for you at this full moon, which is happening in your seventh house of relationships. We have the North Node and Uranus in your 4th house of home. We have the Venus and Mars conjunction in your 12th house of things hidden behind the scenes. So very interesting. And the South Node is in your 10th house of career and status in life. So let's see what we have going on with this energy. Something's coming to light. Maybe about a secret deal, secret relationship, or something like that. Let's see. The Tower. Okay. I have a little surprise there. Oh, and the Chariot. Okay, the number 7. This could also be secret admirer type energy as well. Oh, Knight of Swords. Okay. Ace of Cups. And the 2 of Swords. Okay, wow. And we have the Uranus energy representing, of course, your home and family life as well. All right, this is what I feel. There could really be, a very sudden revelation of information. That's the 12th house, the Venus-Mars conjunction. So there could be a very impassioned, with the Knight of Swords here, conversation that you have with somebody close to you. Ace of Cups. I'm going to read this a couple different ways. You may be very surprised with the Tower here of the direction they want to go with perhaps the relationship and or where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with, etc. because of this, the 4th house energy. So it's the type of thing where they may suddenly say to you, if you're involved with somebody, you know what, hey, I don't want to live here anymore. Like, let's go move to such and such a place. And maybe they've never expressed that to you ever before. So that's possible. The 2 of Swords is interesting as the last energy here, because I think this is about not making the decision hastily this week. This needs time to settle and marinate whatever gets revealed with this Tower here. I don't think you need to respond immediately. They may want you to, but I think it's in your best interest to sit on it, because you are having some doubts and reservations about whatever this proposal is. So it could be something like that, having to do with making a very sudden and surprising change of direction with, as I said, where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with. This could also be, though, somebody, 7th house of relationships, somebody coming out of the woodwork, suddenly, a secret admirer. Very, very possible with this Ace of Cups here, like offering like, hey, like, let's get together. You could be very surprised and shocked by somebody who maybe even wants to do business with you, because 7th house is not just romantic relationships, it's also business relationships. So there could be something like that going on. It has the, Tower's not always bad. It just has the element of something like very surprising, never in a million years. Really? That's happening? Okay. But the same thing. It's not that anything necessarily is bad here, but it's like things end the way they start. So if something starts too fast, and even this is fast, all these are fast energies. This is fast energy. This is like explosive and fast. When something starts too quickly, it often ends just as quickly. So you're in charge of the pace of whatever this is that's being offered to you, because here we have you and it's the Swords. It's your energy sitting here going, I don't know, like, what is this? And even with the 2 of Swords here, it could be two competing offers. That's possible too. 2 competing relationships, 2 competing business offers, 2 different places you might want to live, or 2 different houses, you're trying to buy. I mean, whatever, the possibility might be here, because even here we have 2 things, right? So there's 2 directions. Which are you going to go this direction or that direction? So that is possible, but I feel like the universe is bringing some intel here with the full moon in Leo, the sign of the heart. And here we have the message. So we have this message, this intel. Full moons bring, of course, enlightenment. But you have to kind of get all of it settled in your heart first, Aquarius, and also your mind. I think this is just something that almost may be too good to be true, whatever form this takes. It still may be good and true, but the way it gets presented may put that doubt it's too good to be true. So go slow with this week. I'm not saying there's anything bad here. Let's see how it plays out. All right. And no knee-jerk reactions, no sudden acceptances or sudden dismissals. Stay in that status quo and tell the person, this is my advice, do whatever you want, but I suggest that you just tell the person, I'll get back to you on that, and really sit with it. All right. So it could be very interesting. I mean, it really could be an opportunity of a lifetime. But let's see how the energy plays out, because if something is meant to be and it's supposed to happen and it's good and it's solid, they'll wait for you and they'll wait for your answer. Okay. All right, Pisces, let's see what we have going on for you. Full moon in your 6th house of work and well-being. We have the Venus-Mars conjunction happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. We also have the South Node in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life. And we also have Uranus and the North Node in your 3rd house of communications. So let's see what's going on for you, Pisces. Oh, here's the Capricorn energy. Oh, and the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Look at that salamander you have in your hand. And the Chariot. And the 8 of Wands. And the 9 of Swords. Okay, slaying the dragon of doubt. So, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, Pisces, there seems to be some beautiful news coming to you at this full moon. And because the Capricorn energy is showing up here, and that is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, you could be manifesting this Ace of Wands here, some absolutely beautiful opportunity in your work life, because the full moon is in your 6th house. But if I read these a couple different ways. If you are absolutely looking for some sort of very sexy connection, that may also be happening for you. You can see the way these lovers are here in this devil, but it's very physical. It's very lusty. Ace of Wands here. Now, it could go in a very surprising direction, though. This relationship with this Chariot here and this 8 of Wands. So, because in many ways, this relationship hits the target for you in multiple areas, not just the physical. So you could be very surprised with the Chariot here, how this new connection may start out just physical. It could really lead in a very substantial direction for you. That is possible. Now, we can also look at this from a work perspective, because as I said, the full moon is in your work house, where something that you have been trying to shift with the Devil card that has been unshiftable, that has been stuck in some way, finally manifests with this Ace of Wands. So, and salamanders also, if this is the type that changes their colors, the situation's finally changing. You have something beautiful, a new direction to move in. And you're hitting your target. You can see he's got the bow and arrow here, and you're on some sort of new destined path. So very, very nice. And whatever this is coming in is going to help you slay these dragons of doubt that have been plaguing you. So there could have been a lot of obsessive thinking as well with this Capricorn devil and this 9 of Swords, in terms of, was this situation ever going to shift? Was I ever, going to have a passionate connection again? Was I ever going to manifest another job? Was I ever, going to have this shift in my well-being? So this situation that has the possibility of manifesting this week, And even the Eight of Wands here's the Leo energy over here as well. Really, it's like, it's going to empower you, and it's going to empower you physically. It's going to reinvigorate your energy. It's going to reinvigorate your hope. And it's also going to help you reset and reboot mentally and give you the confidence to, as I said, slay that dragon of doubt. So, and sleep easy at night. So this is very, very beautiful, beautiful energy here, Pisces. I think something major could be manifesting for you this week. So thank you so much for joining me for your weekly astrology and tarot reading. I hope that you found it interesting and insightful. And if you did, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button and the thumbs up? It would really help out my channel, and I would appreciate it very, very much. All right, guys, have a great week. You know how much I love you, and I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.